Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Valorous, the bare bones edition. And today we are going to talk about the core rules, how this game works, how to do things inside the game to do your heroic deeds, and how the evil tries to thwart you. And but basically the rules. Okay, we're going to go over the rules. It's going to be pretty easy, and we're going to look at it right now. As soon as I do that, bam. All right. Core rules. Every world has its laws. The turning of seasons, the pull of gravity, strength of will that shapes destiny. In Valorous, those laws become the bones of play. The basic rules exist to translate imagination into action, to decide when the hero triumphs, falters, or pays a price for daring. At its heart lies the feat roll, a single, elegant procedure that governs every challenge from clashing blades to whispered bargains. Around it, the system weaves abilities, proficiencies, talents, boons, and banes. Now, all of these things are supplemental. They add or take away from your basic feat roll. It all comes down to your feat roll. Everything else is either a, a boon or a bane to your feat. It actually adds to it or subtracts from it, making your success more likely or less likely. But you're basic down to the feat roll. And we're going to talk about the feat roll right now. Every action in Valorous, whether striking steel, calling on the gods, or persuading a wary noble, is resolved through a single unifying system, the feat roll. The system compares two opposing forces, acting value, AV, of the hero, and the resisting value, RV, of the challenge. The challenge could be a thing, a tall wall, you want to climb it. It's obviously not sentient. It has a designated challenge rating. Or it's another person or monster who has an ability score of its own. And you would go against that. We're going to get into that right now. Their difference determines the column you roll on, and the results color tells the story: failure, cost, success, triumph. Before diving into the specifics of rolling and resolving actions, it's essential to understand the rank scale that underlies the entire game. Every ability, attack, and intensity uses the same universal measure, ensuring that combat magic and narrative challenges are all common languages. And this is it. You have a rank in your ability. One of these ranks is in every ability, and it's the basis for every single time you roll to see if an action succeeds or fails. The lowest is you have a feeble ability in something. That is barely functional, frail, weak, mundane. For example, if you have a feeble endurance, you're incredibly sickly and weak, perhaps even wheelchair bound or Tiny Tim.
Asthmatic and
Yeah, you're Tiny Tim. You're both asthmatic and missing a leg or something like that, right? It's disgusting. It's awful. And it goes all the way up to wondrous, cosmic, godlike, or apocalyptic in magnitude. You're the Hulk strength at that point. You're like, Hulk smash, and you can smash the world. Stuff like that. But most everyone exists somewhere around here. All right. And there are racial maximums. And we might get into that later on during character creation. How ranks work. The acting value is the hero's ability being used. That's your value. For example, if you are fighting someone in hand-to-hand combat, your value is your fighting ability. Your fighting ability, let's say, is good. That's the scale you start at. The resisting value is your opponent or your challenge. If you are fighting another fighter, you're in a boxing ring, you're boxing, and the other fighter has excellent fighting ability, well, that's what you're going up against. And your rank shift, you modify the strength or resistance of an effect. Column shift, modify the odds of success in the universal table representing tactical or situational advantage. This is the basis of making a roll. You have good rank in fighting. He has excellent rank in fighting. He is one rank better than you. That means when you're rolling to see if you succeed, you're at a -1 column shift because he's just better than you by that much. So your roll is harder by that much. If he had uncanny fighting ability and you had good, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 column shifts. and you're probably not going to win that fight. I'm sorry. That -6 column shift is a pretty big disadvantage.
When you're done with this, can you actually show us this
Oh,
on
I'm
the
definitely
columns?
gonna
Okay.
show it. I'm definitely gonna show it. Don't worry. All abilities, powers, and even narrative challenges, from climbing cliffs to commanding armies, use the same foundation. The rank scale ensures that whether you're facing a tavern brawl or a titan storm, the rules of heroism remain consistent. Everything is going to be this rank percentile roll. The rank of the challenge versus your rank to defend against it, plus or minus, depending on if you're better than the challenge or the challenge is better than you. And then you roll percentile dice, and Bob's your uncle. In matter of fact, we'll just go ahead and look at it right now. You right?
Hey, you
No,
got it.
there we
That
go.
was
I
me. It would have been
actually
upside
chose.
down.
I chose correctly. So in the instance I was talking about, minus any other variables, you have a good fighting ability. He has an excellent fighting ability. So you're at a -1 disadvantage. So you'd be -1 CS. You'd be right here.
Okay,
So
that's
then
simple.
for you, pewter, which I was gonna get to in a second, but pewter is a failure with consequence. This is you failed and messed up. So if you roll a 1, 2, 3, or 4, you failed and you messed up. If you roll a 5 to 54, white is just a basic failure.
And this percentile dice, right?
Yes, this is all percentile right here, over on this side. This is your percentile roll. If you roll a 55 to 79, that is a basic success, or a success with consequence. Like a success, but it's not great. It's good enough. For stuff like punching and shooting, it's a hit,
Mhm.
right? It's fine. This is a silver success. That is a success with benefit. A success plus he drops the explosive timer, or you hit and he lets go of the hostage, stuff like that. And then there's gold. This is the highest level. This is an extraordinary success. This is a success with a great benefit. And all of these benefits and detriments are up to the game master, obviously, to adjudicate depending on the situation. All right, now we go back. Oh, I gotta.
So it is. I mean, for those who don't know the face rip system or whatever, I guess he's calling it feat system here or whatever, it
Yeah.
is a very easy system to roll. It might be different than what you're used to. Not a lot of people actually use the old face rip system, but
Mhm.
it is one that people who have used it, myself included, even though I don't do superhero games, absolutely enjoy it because it's nice, it's simple, it's meaningful, all wrapped up into one.
Yep. In the order of operations, when a character takes an action that could succeed or fail, that's important. Just like every other role playing game, you don't roll unless it matters. Unless it matters, right? So, yeah, that could succeed or fail, but does it matter? You don't roll to tie your shoes. Success or failure doesn't matter at that point. You'll just do it again until you get it right. There's no consequence. So please roll only if there's consequence. The acting value, that's your ability. The resisting value, that's the ability of the other person or obstacle. You compare yours to theirs and get your initial offset, plus column shifts or minus column shifts, depending on how different you are from the challenge. Then you apply modifiers. Once the AV and RV column is set, apply everything that bends the odds. This includes talents, boons and banes, situational rank shifts, tools, helpers, sanctums, terrain. This is the judge's adjudication. For example, if you're trying to pick a lock and you have excellent lock picking tools, you will get a bonus because of your tools. If it's raining while you're trying to pick the lock and it's dark, you're going to get a minus column shift for environmental issues. Again, this is all up to the judge. The judge adjudicates if and when all of these situational modifiers are enacted. Now, talents, boons, and banes. Talents are I have a talent for sword fighting. So when I'm fighting with a sword, I get a +1, 2, or 3 column shift. Okay, great. I have a boon or a bane. I am colorblind. So I have a minus column shift to disarming bombs because I don't know which one is the red wire, right? Okay. All of that can happen, but that is not something that happens every time. That is situational. And then you add your proficiency. Now, unlike other face rip games or feat games, this one adds in a proficiency where you have a proficiency in an area of expertise, either novice, journeyman, or master, and it adds to your roll, to your percentile roll. This is a new wrinkle from most feat system games, where after you roll, this is added to your roll
Hmm.
to adjust your success level.
Is there a reason, do you think, that it wasn't just another column shift for this?
I can't read into Bear's mind. I don't know, but
You know me, I
usually
like
the
everything to be consistent. So
yeah,
like it just
yeah,
seems like it should have just been
yeah,
another column shift.
this is a definite inconsistency from most feat system game.
Simple, but yeah.
Yeah. Proficiencies always apply the action, clearly uses that training. They never replace the ability rank, but they shape the role's outcome. So, yes, if you have a proficiency in, well, we're gonna, when we go into character creation, we'll look at proficiencies, obviously. But if you have a proficiency in the specific situation you're in, that's when it will affect your die. And the colors: pewter, white, copper, silver, gold. Failure with setback, partial or costly success. Copper is a clean success. Silver is a strong success, and heroic, and gold is a heroic
Okay.
success.
He dropped the ball on this one. No, not pewter, sir. Lead. That should have been
Lead.
lead.
There you go. It should be lead.
Oh
That's
my
right.
god. What the
Oh
hell?
yeah, you had it. You had an easy layup on that one, and you decided no, not doing it. All right. Well, we will give an example. Your acting value is dynamic, remarkable. Is dynamic. That's your ability, dynamism, basically. Remarkable, 30. That's your remarkable. That's you. The judge sets Reeves' resisting value as incredible. That's one level higher than your remarkable, which means you're at a disadvantage of -1 column shift. You apply your persuasion talent because this you're trying to allow sway a suspicious Reeve to allow you and your companions entry into town. You have the persuasion talent, which adds +1 CS, and a boon of noble bearing, so people are more likely to listen to you. That's +1 RS. We're gonna get that in a second. You add your journeyman persuasion proficiency. You have the persuasion proficiency plus 11% when you're rolling. You roll a 64, which after all the modification gives you a copper result. Now, as we know, copper is a clean success. You succeed in what you want to do, but you get no more or no less. The judge narrates. You convince the Reeve, but only grudgingly. He warns you you will be watched, and his men eye your weapons as you pass. If you had gotten a silver, he may have vouched for you with other officials. If you had gotten a gold, he may have offered you support during your passage, like a guard or something.
So since I know Bear's watching, I have an issue with that example of play.
Oh, okay.
And it's right, but it says you add your journeyman proficiency 11%. It says then you roll a 64. Did I actually roll a 53 and it totaled a 54?
Well, let's see what 64 is. -1, +1.
I'm just saying there should be an extra, because of that extra 11 in there, there
No,
should
I
be a
get it, I get it.
distinction between this is what you rolled, this is where the plus 11 comes in.
Yeah, so it'd be
Especially for new
initially
people.
-1, then +1, then another +1, that's +2, so that means you're +1, plus 11%. So we look at, you're at +1,
Mhm.
and we'll go here again. Hey, I did it right again.
Twice in a row. Nice.
I know, right? That's amazing. All right, so we're at +1, and a copper success is 54 and 60. They're all copper. In this instance, it would be
So 64 plus 11 would have been 75. So that is 75 is what? Yeah, that puts up to the next level. So
that puts up to silver. Yeah.
So that was actually a roll of 53 plus the 11
Yep.
made a total of 64. Okay.
Right, but 53 still would have been copper, so it would have been the same success level.
I just think that if you're going to have plus and minus modifiers,
Right,
in there,
right,
those
you
kind of
would
distinctions
factor
in the
that
example.
in plainly and clearly. Yeah, I get it.
That's all. Okay. And now that we know, how that's, it makes sense.
All right, and we move on. Intensity and difficulty. Not every challenge in Valorous has an active opponent. Many obstacles are passive. The strength of a barred gate, the depth of a raging river. This is the challenge rating of the obstacle, whatever it is. You want to lift the gate. Well, this is how heavy the gate is. You want to climb the wall. Well, this is how hard the wall is to climb. And this is the range. The judge will choose a rating of typical to good for minor obstacles, excellent to remarkable for common obstacles, incredible to amazing for perilous or tasking obstacles, and so on. And this is what your AV would be compared against to get your initial column shift on the table. These are several examples. Cross a collapsed rope bridge in a storm, or persuade a village elder against a village custom. That would be a remarkable challenge. Both of those things would be examples of a physical or mental remarkable challenge.
I like those examples. By the way, I want to say something because we know it's Bear. This is Bear's game. Look, he's a one-person developer on this, so don't take the knocks, and he doesn't seem to be doing that, but don't take the knocks that we're saying on this. We do this with every game. Imagine the emails I have going back and forth between me and Sean from Palladium. So, this is just what we point out. To be 100% clear, and I'm not trying to derail Heathen Dog segment here, but we don't really care what the developer is. What we know, we don't care about talking to Gygax. We don't care about talking to, name whomever. We care what they put in the book. So we're going to judge the book by what's expressed there, and take it at that. So he's one person. Give him a break. If there's a couple of typos or something in there, he's got an errata. They'll get fixed. It's all good to go. Because I can't have I don't know about you, Heathen, but I can't have the developer in my back pocket to always say, "Hey, what did you mean by this?"
You don't have that ability 99% of the time. You don't have the ability to ask the artist, "What does this really mean?" You don't have that ability. So here we go. Talents and proficiency. Here we go. Talents are specialized edges that set a hero apart. They represent tricks, instincts, or supernatural gifts that bend the rules in your favor. Talents never replace the feat procedure. They only add or take away to it. Talents are situational. Each provides a defined benefit, a rank shift here, a reroll there, or access to an option that others cannot attempt. Talents scale. Many can be taken multiple times, growing sharper as your hero advances. For example, if you take sword combat 3 times, you will get a +3 shift when you're fighting with swords. You get better and better the more time and energy you invest into your training. Makes sense. Okay. Proficiencies are the measure of trained breadth. They show what you have studied, practiced, or lived with long enough to rely upon. This is the more minor of all of the bonuses and negatives that can happen, because it adds to your end result percentile roll, and it's not as powerful as a column shift.
Okay.
Always add to the roll result. Proficiencies provide a flat numerical bonus when relevant. Novice is when your bonus is between 1 and 10. Journeyman is when your bonus is between 11 and 15. And Master is when your bonus is between 16 and 20%. It's independent of ability. No matter whether your test uses strength, reason, or psyche, if the proficiency clearly applies, you will add the bonus. So if your proficiency is in rock climbing, it will add to a rock climbing roll, whether you are physically climbing the rock or you are helping someone else by planning a route up the rock face. One uses agility if you're physically doing it. The other uses, say, reason, because you're thinking it through. You will get the proficiency benefit both ways because it's both about rock climbing. So it's not tied to an ability, it's tied to an action. Whereas many other of the shifts, the column shifts, are tied to an ability or tied to a specific situation, not anything to do with fighting with your sword or anything to do with throwing a shield. No, it's anything to do with rock climbing, whether you're doing it, teaching it, advising it, whatever. You get the plus percentage at the end. Boons and banes. Every hero is marked by blessings and burdens. How they work. Boons are advantages chosen at character creation. Obviously, we're going to go to that character creation. They represent fortune, training, reputation, or gifts of fate. Banes are the flaws, debts, curses, and obligations that give the judge story hooks and give you mechanical challenge. Each bane you take gives you bonus points to buy boons of equal value. This keeps blessing balanced by burdens. Intensity. Both boons and banes come in 3 levels of impact. Minor, 1 column shift or rank shift. That's a low effect, a low level boon or bane. Moderate, +2. Major, +3. Nothing more than +3 because you don't want to get too cursed or too gifted. Then it just kind of.
I mean, that would become game breaking, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It would be cheating at that point. The hero's call. Every hero begins somewhere, a village, a guild, a cloister, a caravan, whatever. But at some point, something pulled them from the ordinary path of just a person and set them toward a hero. In Valorous, this spark is called the hero's call, is the final piece of your foundation, standing alongside origin, culture, and background. It marks the moment your life turned toward adventure, a debt unpaid, a vision received, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're going to get more into that when we get into character creation, which we will do pretty much next. So, to recap, every single roll is going to be a percentile roll, and it's going to be your ability versus the challenge of the obstacle or the ability of another person or monster. You're going to match them together. If you're higher, it's easier for you to succeed. If they're higher in ability, it's harder for you to succeed.
And each column shift is like what, about 5%? Like a 5% adjustment?
It's about 5% per shift. About. You have talents and you have proficiencies. You have banes and boons that can offset, bring a bonus, bring an extra detriment. You have environmental factors. You have tools and equipment. You have people helping you or not. All of this is adjudicated by the judge. But in the end, you will roll that percentile die and you will look on that chart and you will find out if you have a catastrophic failure in pewter, you're right, should be lead, or a heroic success in gold. No matter what, even if you're -9 column shifts, you're like, oh my God, this will never happen. If you roll high enough, you can get a gold success. I think that's true.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yes, if you roll a 100,
Ooh.
you will get a gold success. But look at -9 column shift. You have to roll a 95 just for a copper. Just for like, yeah, it's a success.
So it's 95. Almost an equal chance of you doing something normal as you doing something amazing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Which is probably not going to happen.
Yeah, so that's where it is. I mean, when you're at equal footing with the obstacle or bad guy, you got a 50-50 shot. Actually, no, you have a it's at 50, so
technically 51, yeah.
Technically 51% chance of success.
Unless 0 means 0 and not
no,
not
0 means 100, so yep. But you have a 1% chance of catastrophic failure. Okay.
I'm calling that lead from now on. Forget that pewter nonsense.
Do it. I love it. I love it.
The lodestone.
So yeah, that is the basic core mechanics of the game. Everything is done by taking your ability and comparing it against the obstacle or person or monster you are fighting against, and then finding out where you land on that chart and rolling a percentile.
I mean,
they're a
everything in there
boon.
seemed pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, I had the question about the journeyman and whatnot, but that was kind of explained later. I still don't know how exactly I feel about that, but to be fair, it's not hard. It's not.
No, it's not difficult, but in my opinion, it may be, an added complication that doesn't need to be there.
Okay.
Does it need to be there? I personally don't think so, but again, I haven't played it at a table, so maybe it turns out to be, well, this is just the oomph most people need, you know? This is like, oh, this makes them just that much better to succeed that much more often. So maybe it's necessary.
Yeah, well, I've played Face Rip. I understand how the system works, generically speaking. You've played it way more than I have, run it and all that other stuff. Um, what would you say? Like, is there something he could have replaced that with, or is that basically the only way he could have kind of gotten about doing what he was intending to do there?
Yeah, it kinda steps away from the normal fate system, that whole proficiency percentile thing, it steps away, and I can't agree with that,
But at
but
the same time, it's not difficult.
yeah, at the same time, it's not hard and it's not game breaking either way,
Okay.
so get it?
It's kind of like how we felt about things like armor rating and palladium. Wasn't difficult to roll higher, even though everything else was roll on. It's just something you had to think about. So,
Yeah,
um, let me put this on the screen. I sent this to you on your Discord, but I know you're not on your Discord computer right
no,
now. So let me. Oh, I have to hold on. Open it. I have to open it. There. Slide it over here. Okay. Said you might like this. Share screen. Oh God, I got like 9,000 things to share. Well, as soon as I find it, it'd be nice if I got a visual. Forget it. I'm just going to do my entire screen. Can't go wrong with that. There you go. And we can zoom in on it more, but it's got all the abilities, kind of like
oh,
what
yeah.
the whole Marvel stuff had. Remember?
Yes, this is much better, much more put together, and that does look like that is actually the same setup as Marvel did in the '80s, the Marvel role-playing game.
Hmm.
Yep. And I didn't get into all the nuances of stuns and kills and bullseyes and stuff like that because I didn't think it was necessary to understand the whole feat system.
Sure.
But
Well,
yeah, when you're fighting or shooting or wrestling or whatever, your level of success also has the ability to create a side effect,
mhm.
stunning someone, knocking someone down or back, or killing someone outright. You know, if you swing and do a perfect hit on someone's neck with a sword, guess what? You could just kill them. That's entirely possible. People die from less, right? So yeah, it could happen.
So, yeah, just wanted to put that out there. You've got a copy of that now too.
Oh, good.
Um, and then fine, I'll share your link. Jeepers creepers, stuff I do for you that I wouldn't do for most people. And here's the link. I think this is to. Oh no, this is to Valorous. I thought it was to Heroic. I thought the guy was asking about Heroic. Let me put that on the screen so people watching later. I might be wrong about the question. Yeah, I thought when can we get the Heroic printed copy? But I thought right now, I thought Bear was like waiting on some art or something. Like there are things going on behind the scenes that kind of like with the Palladium guys, it's like just out of our control right now. I can't do anything about it. I thought that's what was going on. So Bear can put that in the chat if he wants to. He's here. Yes, and most of the comments here, I didn't start anything because most of the comments here were about like, oh, this is Bear's game. Yes, it is. So there you go. Um, so right there you go. Yeah, Heroic's still in layout and art, which is a fracking headache. So now, with that in mind, all told, like I said, what you did in your first segment, I'm kind of meh about. But to be fair, my game, I can do with it once I want, once it's in my hands, right? And I'm for the overall premise. I just think, as a couple other people said, it's too black and white. Outside that, the game system seems, again, as somebody who's played Marvel in the past, I generally like it. It seems like the additions that he did at least make sense. Even like you said, there's a little complication on there, but at least it makes sense as to what he was trying to do. I think it adds his own twist to it. I don't know if I like it or not. Haven't played it, but
Yeah.
I'm not like, oh my god, this is the dumbest thing ever. It seems fun, at least.
Yeah, it seems fine. I wouldn't have done the whole proficiency system where it adds
Mhm.
to the end roll. I wouldn't have done that. but I don't immediately see where it breaks anything.
Okay. All right, what are you doing next?
Next, we're going to go over character creation. We're going to see those boons. We're going to see those banes. We're going to see those talents. We're going to see what you can choose to enhance with from your primary abilities. You know, your fighting, agility, strength, endurance, reason, intuition, psyche, and dynamic. And we're going
Real
to
quick, are you actually creating a character or just talking about
No,
character
we're
creation?
not going to create a character. We're just going to go over the steps and what's needed.
Okay, sounds good. And I look forward to talking to everybody then.